In the serene town of Everwood, where winter's embrace painted the landscape in pristine white, lived a woman named Lily. Her life took a dark turn when she discovered her roommate, Ember, had betrayed her by sleeping with Lily's boyfriend, Mark, her everything. Amid a frigid December night, Lily's mind was consumed with thoughts of retribution, while a severe snowstorm blanketed the town of Everwood in the background. With calculated precision, Lily lured Ember into a false sense of security, inviting her for a drive to reconcile their differences. As they navigated the treacherous snow-covered roads, tension hung thick in the air. Arriving at a desolate snow embankment, Lily's heart raced with a toxic mix of anger and determination. In a sudden yet planned burst of fury, she attacked Ember, the bitter cold intensifying the brutality of the assault. Lily, driven by a threatening purpose, left Ember battered and bruised. She put Ember in the trunk and continued to drive to their destination. In the ghostly glow of a beautiful snow-covered landscape, Lily opened the trunk of her car, revealing the unconscious Ember. The snowstorm howled around them as Lily, driven by revenge, dragged Ember's limp but breathing body through the biting cold. With each step, Lily's breath mingled with the frigid air, creating an ethereal fog. The embankment loomed ahead, its icy embrace promising an unfortunate destiny for whoever ventured into it. Lily, heedless of her well-being, dug a makeshift grave in the frozen earth, burying a screaming Ember alive beneath the weight of the snow. As the last shovelful covered Ember's body, Lily stood there, panting and shivering, her eyes reflecting the madness that had gripped her. The screaming had long ceased. The storm raged on, erasing any trace of Lily's heinous act. The following morning, Everwood awoke to a serene, white, snowy landscape, unaware of the dark secret hidden beneath the onslaught of beauty. It was certainly a white Christmas, with black vibes. Lily, a specter of her former self, grappled with the consequences of her actions, haunted by the icy grave she had created. The narrative of revenge and insanity disseminated through the locality, akin to a frigid gust of wind, serving as a stark reminder that even the most serene landscapes have the potential to conceal the most fiendish of riddles. Matthew lived in the heart of a quaint town. He was obsessed with Amelia, a woman who worked as an owner and manager of the area's busy bookstore, who had captured his attention. He'd go to her bookstore that also served as a bustling coffee shop and meetup place, at least 4 times a week. He'd pretend to be interested in history literature, always making sure she was the one to assist him. But Amelia was oblivious to Matthew's fixation. She focused on work, her daily routines, and the upcoming Christmas festivities. Matthew saw Christmas as an opportunity to make Amelia his own. He knew from their numerous casual conversations that this was her favorite holiday. She usually walked home from work and had to pass his residence on her way. So he decorated his house with extravagant baubles, lights, and wreaths, carefully chosen to catch her attention. But she remained unaware of his infatuation. As the month of December progressed, Matthew's endeavors became more fervent. He dispatched anonymous offerings, leaving them at Amelia's house and business doorsteps, fragile snow globes that replicated their town, captivating music boxes playing haunting melodies, and enigmatic messages professing eternal devotion. Amelia, flattered yet bewildered by the gifts, dismissed them as playful gestures from a secret admirer. She remained unaffected, preoccupied with her holiday plans. Matthew became even more fixated on Amelia, crafting elaborate schemes to orchestrate chance encounters by positioning himself wherever she frequented outside of her bookstore, such as nail salons, the local bakery, the gym, and the bustling town square. Even still, she was unfazed and nonchalant to her admirer's dark obsession. On Christmas Eve, a thick layer of snow blanketed the town, lending an otherworldly ambiance. The festive market bustled with cheer as Amelia strolled through, admiring the twinkling lights and merry laughter. Matthew planned their last meeting very carefully. He was wearing festive clothing, but underneath it all, he wore a wicked grin. This was the day that he'd make her his, and she'd love him forever. He knew it. The sky was dim as the brisk day had broken into an icy night when he approached Amelia. His face was twisted, and his voice had a creepy and alluring tone to it. He whispered to her, confessing his undying love, and the words echoed in the cold winter darkness. Amelia's heart raced as she recognized the unsettling intensity in Matthew's eyes. She knew him as the slightly strange but friendly man who frequented her bookstore and that she often ran into around town. Usually his eyes were warm and kind and she felt safe, but today his eyes were brooding, threatening and serious. She attempted to retreat, but Matthew, consumed by delusion, blocked her path. The snowy landscape bore witness to a chilling confrontation. They were in a dark corner of the festival, alone as the evening grew later and icier. Amelia's pleas fell on deaf ears as Matthew's demeanor shifted from infatuation to madness and malice. His demands grew more diabolical, mirroring the tunes of a demented carol. Panicked, Amelia finally broke free, dashing through the narrow streets, Matthew's haunting words echoing in the frosty air. The cover of darkness masked a potentially dangerous secret, as Matthew's preoccupation transformed into a malevolent determination, evoking an eerie sensation that persisted long after the holiday decorations had dimmed. He wanted Amelia. That's all. And he'd stop at nothing until she was his. The town, oblivious to the horrors of the night before, awoke to a deafening silence, accompanied by gentle snowfall. Sometimes the scariest events occur on the most enchanting night of the year. In the mystical North Pole, where reindeer roamed freely, Prancer once held the pride of place among Santa's sleigh-pulling team. His graceful strides and impeccable form made him the favorite, cherished by all. That was until Rudolph, with his glowing red nose, emerged and stole the spotlight. Prancer's heart brimmed with envy as Rudolph's luminous nose became a symbol of admiration and fame. Prancer strongly felt that Rudolph was simply showing off and tried to get the other reindeer to jump on his hateful bandwagon. But it was to no avail. Everyone got along well with the red-nosed creature. The once beloved Prancer now harbored a deep-seated resentment towards his personal rival. Fueled by jealousy, Prancer plotted to tarnish Rudolph's reputation. He schemed in the shadows, sabotaging Rudolph's practice runs, subtly tripping him during training exercises, and whispering and eventually yelling falsehoods among the other reindeer and the elves, sowing seeds of doubt about Rudolph's abilities. Rudolph, innocent and unsuspecting, struggled to understand the sudden hostility. Despite Prancer's underhanded tactics, Rudolph persevered, determined to prove his worth to Santa and the rest of the reindeer team. Prancer's envy grew darker with each passing day, as Rudolph's resilience and undeniable talent continued to shine through, winning the hearts of everyone at the North Pole, including Santa Claus himself. Driven by malice, Prancer devised a treacherous plan on Christmas Eve, the most critical night for Santa's deliveries. He stole a magical tool from the Claus's estate and used it to manipulate the weather, conjuring fierce snowstorms and blinding winds, hoping to hinder Rudolph's navigation and jeopardize the knight's mission. But Rudolph's glowing nose, a beacon of hope in the storm, guided Santa's sleigh safely through the tempestuous skies, thwarting Prancer's sinister scheme. As dawn broke, revealing a triumphant Santa and his team returning from a successful Christmas journey, Prancer stood defeated in the icy shadows, his envy melting away in the face of Rudolph's unwavering spirit and resilience. The North Pole echoed with joyous laughter and the melody of Christmas carols. Yet Prancer remained in the solitude of his envy, overshadowed by the radiance of Rudolph's triumph. He'd keep an eye on that new guy, Rudolph, and Christmas glory would be his again.